This is going to be the tutorial that's going to show you how to make these brick stitch or thick mesh fingerless gloves. And what you need for this project is one skein of yarn, and for the purposes of this tutorial I'm going to be making just a short part of it and then showing you how to make the thumbs, so I don't need a lot of yarn, but it only takes one skein of yarn, and this is warshed weight yarn, 10 ply for Australia, 4 ply for the US, and also you're going to need a 5mm hook or a size H hook, and that's it. So grab your yarn and hook and let's get started. To begin, you want to not loosely chain, but to do a relaxed chain of 24. You want it to have some give, but you don't want it to be too loose or too tight. And this thick mesh or brick stitch is done in multiples of 2. So if 24 is too big or too small for you, just decrease 2 stitches or increase 2 stitches, however you like. And once you've got the right size that you need for whoever you're making it for, you want to make sure that your chain is not twisted in any way, and slip stitch in the beginning chain to form a ring. And I'll be working over my tail as I go. Let me get a little closer for you. Now, if you want to check, you can go ahead and put your hand through. Make sure that your hand fits through there if it's for you. And then once you're ready, go ahead and single crochet into the same stitch that you slip stitched into. And I'm going under 2 of the stitches, 2 out of the 3 of the chain. Each chain has 3 sections, and I'm going under 2 of the sections, leaving only 1 on the other side. And I'm also working over my tail. So single crochet all the way around, and when you get back up to the beginning, I'll show you how to continue. When you get done, count your stitches. Make sure that you have the original amount that you started with. I started with 24 chains and I have 24 stitches. So when you're done, go ahead and slip stitch in that beginning single crochet. Then you want to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Then you want to skip 1 stitch, and in the next stitch you want to put a double crochet and then chain 1. Skip a stitch, the next stitch, put 1 double crochet. You'll be repeating this all the way around, skipping 1 stitch, and then in the next stitch putting a double crochet. And continue this all the way around till you get right up back to the beginning. Here's our beginning chain 3. So when you get back up here, I'll show you what to do next. Okay, when you reach the beginning again, this is my chain from the beginning, and I have 1 more stitch here that I skip. This is where we slip stitched last round. It may look like a stitch, but it's not. It's just with the slip stitch that we did for this, and then we chained. Now we have a chain 3, and I need you to slip stitch in the second of the chain 3. So count 1, 2, and slip stitch in the second chain. Now for round 3, we want to chain 1, and now we're going to be working this first stitch to the opposite side that we usually crochet. So you're going to be backing up. So yarn over and then go back the direction you just came from, and in this skipped stitch you want to put a double crochet. Now working the normal way, in this skipped stitch you want to put a double crochet. Oh, and always chain 1 after you double crochet. Always throughout the whole project. Every time you double crochet, you always chain one after. So double crochet and chain one. Now we're going to continue to work this direction for the rest of the round, working on our skipped stitches from last round. So in every skip stitch down here, we're going to be doing one double crochet, chain one. So continue this all the way around, and I'll see you when you get back up here to the beginning. Now when you come back up to the top again, you want to do a slip stitch in the top of the beginning double crochet. And then you want to chain one, and then now again working in the opposite way that you're usually working into the stitch that we just did. You can see, you can put your finger here. There's 2 rows now. Got 1 and 2, and we'll be putting our stitch here 2 rows down next to the double crochet we did for round 2. So you want to yarn over, find that stitch two rows down, and this is the double crochet that I'm talking about. This is our beginning double crochet, and then this is the double crochet from round 3, and this is, I should say, from round 2, and this is our double crochet from round 3, the one we just did. So we're going to be putting it next to the one from round 2. So yarn over and put a double crochet and chain 1 in that space. Now working the normal way again. Again, we're going to find our stitch 2 rows down, which would be this one. See how it kind of already started going diagonal, this one, and then this was the double crochet from round 3. This is the double crochet from round 2. So we want to put our double crochet for round 4 here, and chain 1. And as you can see now, it's going to be in diagonal in a row. So keep finding that stitch 2 rows down, using your finger if you need to, until you've got the hang of it. It shouldn't take you so long. And keep putting a double crochet and chain 1 in each of those spaces all the way around. You can always tell because the double crochet from round 2 is going to be shorter than the one that we did last round, and you just find that space beside it and put your double crochet in it for this round. So continue that around, and I'll see you when you get back up here to the beginning. So I've come here at the end of my round, and just a little tip, the very last double crochet of the round, if you don't chain 1 after, it actually helps it not be such a noticeable line, but I'm doing it just to kind of be able to show you easier the spaces. But the last double crochet of the round, there's no need to chain 1. You just go ahead and slip stitch right into the beginning stitch, and by slip stitching you create that chain that the rest of them have. That way it'll be more uniform. So when you get done, you want to chain 1, and again going down to the right, you'll be repeating this row over and over and over again until you have a total of 25 rounds completed. And you just count by you diagonally. So you'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and when you get 25 rounds completed total, then you can start doing the thumb. But I want to show you this round, and this is exactly how it'll be from here on out for your total of 25 rows. You'll always be working to the opposite side at the beginning. Count 2 rows down. 1, 2, 1 being the one you just got done with, and 2 being the one underneath it. Then you'll yarn over and you'll put it here 2 rows down. You'll always be working 2 rows down from now on. And then chain 1 and continue. And you can see the diagonal 1, 2, and then this is our 3rd round up. So it's easier to see next to 2 rows down because of the color. You can see 1, 2, and then you'll put your stitch right there. So you're pretty much just 1, 2, going down 2 rows and putting it next to the double crochet 2 rows down. And I don't actually need to separate it with my fingers because I do know just by looking at it where it goes. But you use your finger to find the stitch till you get used to it. You'll always know that there's going to be a long stitch, which is the one you just did last round, and then 1 row down there'll be a smaller stitch. And you'll always want to put it next to that smaller stitch 2 rows down. So continue that around until you have a total of 25 rows. And I'll see you back here. Probably easier to show you this way. So you have 25 rows. So you have 3 done here. So you start counting from your very first double crochet. So 1, 2, 3. So you're doing your 4th round. And then I'll see you back here and I'll show you how to get started doing the thumb. Okay, for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm just going to go ahead and pretend that I have my 25 rows completed. And I'm ready to start my thumb. Now, to start your thumb, you want to, this is for round 26, because you've got 25 rounds done. You want to chain 5. So you chain 5, and then you will skip this next section here. And then working in this section, you're going to do a double crochet like you normally would. So you're going to find your stitch 2 rows down, and you're going to put your double crochet, chain 1 into that stitch. So you're doing what you normally would do. Only difference is you're chaining 5 and you're skipping a section. And you're going over here, and this is what's going to create your thumb hole. And then go ahead and just continue the round as normal, putting your double crochets, chain 1s in all the stitches. And I'll meet you back up here when you reach the beginning of the thumb again. Okay, I reached back up to the beginning again. Here's my chain 5, and I went ahead and I do have a chain after my double crochet here, but you don't have to. You just go right into the beginning, the first chain of the 5. You just want to go under, I'm going under 2 of the loops, and I'm going to single crochet in all 5 of my chains. 3, 4, and 5. And you want to go ahead and single crochet in the top of your double crochet 2. Then you want to chain 1, and then go ahead and repeat your round as normal by going down 2 rows and doing your double crochet and chain 1 and repeat. And don't forget, when you come all the way back up to here to the beginning again, you do want to put a double crochet here before your thumb here. You have these 2 rows. So you do want to put a double crochet here right before the thumb. And I will see you back here. So I'm back up to my beginning here, and this thumb, we have 6 single crochets, and we're going to be reducing them to 3. So we're going to be doing 3 single crochet decreases. So I'm going to go right into that first stitch, pull up a loop, then go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. You want to repeat that 2 more times. And then 1 more time. Then you want to chain 1, and then going right into the stitch here, you're just going to start doing your double crochets and chain 1 all over again, a regular round. So just chain one, find your correct stitch, and just continue it all the way around. And I'll see you when you reach back up to the beginning of the thumb. Okay, I've come back up to my thumb area again, and I have my double crochet here and my other double crochet here. The space here, no need to put anything in it. You're done with the last round. Now for this round, we're going to be wanting to go in and single crochet in these first 5 stitches. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5s. So this one kind of has a space in between. You want to single crochet in here, single crochet in the other space too. So that's 2. And the rest is pretty easy to find. It's 4. And the last one is here next to the double crochet and the single crochet. So first 5 stitches. Now you want to chain 1, and we're going to be doing what we did for the double crochet. We're going to be going to the same stitch, only we're going to be using single crochets instead of double crochets. So it'll be like you did before, only it'll be single crochet and chain 1 instead of double crochet and chain 1. So you find the next stitch and you go into it and single crochet and chain 1. Find the next stitch, single crochet and chain 1. You want to continue to do this all the way around. We're closing up these gaps here, as you can see. So continue that all the way around, and when you get back up to your thumb, I'll show you what to do next. I'm back at the beginning, and this is my double crochet, and I don't really have 2 rows down under. I'd have a single crochet here already, so I'm done. So when you're completed, go ahead and in this double crochet here, I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into the top of it. Then I want to chain 3. I want to skip a stitch, and then in my first, I guess this stitch is my single crochet, so I'm going to skip this first single crochet and go into this next. So you skip 1 stitch, and the next you do your double crochet and chain 1. Then again, skip a stitch, the next stitch, do your double crochet and chain 1. And then skip a stitch, the next stitch, put a double crochet and chain 1. And now you're going to be skipping a stitch each round, and then on the other side of the single crochet here, there's 2 stitches. See, you're always going to be putting it in one of them, the one closest to the single crochet from last round. So double crochet, chain 1, and find the next single crochet, and here you'll put your next double crochet. Then you'll skip a stitch, and then automatically you'll end up here to the same stitch. So just basically you're getting your double crochet, chain 1 row again, so that you can start working your regular brick mesh, thick mesh stitch. Wait, I'm doing in the wrong. The beginning chain can be hard to see. It's right here. So when you get to the end of the row, again, there's no need to chain 1. Find the second of the third of the 3 chains, find your second chain, and do a slip stitch. Then chain 1, and again, working backwards, you're going to find this stitch 2 rows down. So this will be 1, and then this will be 2, and next to this stitch beside it, you want to put your double crochet and chain 1. Then you'll be working your regular way again, and you can see the stitches much more clearer. You'll find your row, 2 rows down, and put your double crochet, chain 1. Now you'll be working in the single crochets that you did last round. 1, 2. So basically you go into the skip stitches that you didn't do last round, like we did in the very original beginning. You're just going into those skip stitches you didn't go into last round, and chain 1. Just continue this all the way around, and when you get back up to the beginning, I'll show you what to do. Okay, slip stitch. Remember, no need to chain at the end. This round, very last double crochet of the round. Slip stitch in the beginning, and for rounds 32 and 33, we just finished with round 31. You want to chain, and then you're going to be doing what you did all here. You're going to be working the beginning stitch to the opposite side of where you are, which would be me here. So I'm here. This is my last double crochet from last round, so I'm going to find the double crochet from the previous round, which is here, and I'm going to do a double crochet there. And then I'm going to follow ahead, going this direction, and just as normal as you were doing before, going 2 rows down. And you're going to repeat this round exactly. When you get to the beginning again, you're going to slip stitch in the beginning stitch, chain 1, back up again. You're going to repeat this row one more time. So this is round 33. You want to do this again for round 34, and then I will see you here for round 35. Okay, I just got done with round 34, and now I'm ready for round 35, which is the very last round. Well, actually, it's the round before the very last round. So what you'll be doing for round 34 is you'll chain 1, and then going in the same stitches that you go for the regular double crochet, we're going to be doing single crochet again to close those gaps up. So in all the places you would normally do a double crochet, chain 1, you're going to be doing a single crochet and chain 1. So starting with this very first stitch underneath you, go ahead and do a single crochet and chain 1. You can see it's diagonal here. So just the stitch right where you slip stitched into, just go down, do a single crochet, chain 1, and then working in the normal direction, find the next place and do a single crochet, chain 1, and continue this all the way around. This is round 34, and I'll see you back here for the last round, which is 35. Just made it to the end here, and I'm going to slip stitch in my beginning stitch. Now for this round, I like to count my stitches because I always end up with different stitches for some reason. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. Okay, so 22 stitches, which is actually what I had last time. So this time you want to, I prefer to have my gloves when they fit up near my fingers to be kind of tight. So I like to do some decreases here in the end, but it's up to you. I like to do single crochet decreases until I reach about 15 stitches. So I have 22, so I'm going to reduce until I reach my 15 stitches. But if you don't want to decrease so much or not at all, then you could just single crochet at all stitches, and if you're happy with that tightness, that's fine. If not, then you can decrease down to 15 like I'm going to, or to 18, or you can decrease even more to 14 or 12 or whatever. Just make it the tightness that you like. So to decrease, what I'm going to do is just do one decrease, and then I'm going to do one single crochet. Do one decrease, one single crochet. And I'm going to work my way around until I have about 15 stitches. So I've decreased 1, 2, 3. One decrease again. So continue to do this until you have the decreases that you want, and I'll see you back here at the end of this round. When you get to the very end of your round, you want to slip stitch in the very last stitch and chain 1, and you want to cut your yarn. Then I like to get a tapestry needle and work. You can turn your glove inside out and then work your tails down your diagonal stitches, trying to, you know, keep them on this side. Don't let the needle go through the other side. Just work it down the stitches and hide it, and then stretch it to make sure that the tail isn't gonna come popping out, and then you are done. This has been the tutorial to show you how to make the mesh stitch fingerless gloves. I hope you liked this tutorial, and if you did, please don't forget to click like, and please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.